changing variable values for a session. So now let's see how to change a variable's value. As noted here, the hist size variable contains the value of the number of commands to store in the history file. Sometimes you won't want your system to save past commands, perhaps because you don't want to leave any evidence of your activity on your own system or a target system. So in that case, you can set the hist size variable to 0, so the system won't store any of your past commands. Because this variable has a single value, to change it, you assign it a new value in the familiar way here. So hist size here, hist size, for example, 0. So we assigned it. Now when you try use up here, up and down keywords to recall your commands, nothing happens because the system no longer stores them here. As you can see here, nothing happens here. So this is stealthy, although it can be inconvenient. So I will change this to 1000 back. So making variable value changes permanent. So when you change an environment variable, that change only occurs in that particular environment. In this case, the environment is the bash shell session. So this means that when you close the terminal here, for example, so when you close the terminal, any changes you made are lost. So with values set back to their default. So for example, hist size 1, as you can see, is last commands is not working. When we close that and open it again, for example, as you can see here, we can see our hist size here. So now we will change it permanently. So if you want to make the change permanent, so you need to use the export command. So this command will export the new value from your current environment, this is the bash shell, to the rest of the system. So making it available in every environment until you change and export it again. So variables are strings. So if you run on the cautious side, it isn't bad idea to save the contents of a variable to a text file before you modify it. So for example, since we're about to change the ps1 variable, which controls the information you display in the prompt. So the first run the command to save the existing files to a text file in the current user's home directory. So echo here hist size, and then this means our home directory, and the value of my hist size.txt here. Oops, I actually write an export here, so we don't need export. So ls, and as you can see here, value of my hist size is here. So let's read it with cat command. Value of my hist size, as you can see, there's a 1000. We write it, so we can open it with mousepad as well. Here, value of my hist size, as you can see, let's open it. And as you can see, there is a 1000 here. So let's close it. I will show more examples. So this way you can always undo your changes. If you want to be even more cautious to create a text file with all the current settings, you can save the output of the set command to a text file with a command like this, for example, set here value of all, and for example time, or let's write our hour here on 11:49 here, 11:49 and txt. So let's open it again, or we can value of all. As you can see, we printed all of these variables here. We can open it with our text viewer as well. As you can value of files, as you can see here, we have almost 238 lines of these set files here. So now the hist size variable will still be set to 0 when you leave this environment and enter another environment. If you want to reset here, let's actually change it firstly here. clear and export hist size here. So now the hist size variable will set to 0. So when you leave this environment and enter another environment, if you want to reset the hist size to variable to 1000, simply enter this, for example, hist size 1000, and then export hist size. So this code will set your hist size variables value to 1000 and export it to all your environments here.